Hello, good morning. It's Ultima Saint Dejora. I hope you're doing well, and I am starting my live stream here. So I don't have much on as usual, but this is what I'm wearing this morning, as you can see. And I've got some books behind me. I've cut my hair a little bit from the other day, a little bit different than what I had it. It was getting very long, so I cut some of the front part of my hair. And this is what I look like. And I am from Jupiter, as you know, but some of you are very judgmental about women's attire and what you think is appropriate for women to wear. And we just feel that, uniforms are what they are. You break in on news intentionally and you try to discover what uniform is this alien wearing that gives her an advantage over what other aliens she's fighting. And some people have seen Fifth Element. I'm Lilu Dallas, multipass. Here's my Lilu Dallas multipass. Intelligence agency, I'm old. I had a meltdown last night. We had volatility in my house. It was chemical volatility. So the first video you saw me do where I was talking to you people and you're getting to know me a little bit, you could see that I was under a lot of stress and there were some weapons that dropped on me during my time when I was talking to you, and it was scary. You could see my whole body like shake and like fall backwards and stuff across the room. But we're still in the spaceship that we're in. And we're near Jupiter. And, it's hard to live this way, but Io is a planet as well. It's not just a moon, but it's a planet. And Io has technology. Io is very expensive to live on, but there's like a Muslim and Hindu and Christian dynamic on there, in a way, where we're like, okay, what do you mean by dynamic? Well, there's a dynamic between those three mythos, essentially equivalent. But they're distinct from Earth's Islam, Hinduism, and Christianity, for example, or Buddhism even. So, on Io, it's very different, but for people to understand how disclosure works during the Trump administration is that we are allowed to disclose what we want to disclose. And it's got to be aliens, essentially. And I'm an alien, obviously. You like seeing me in the news, but you like seeing me in the news for my accomplishments, not for bad things that could happen. I'm not a school shooter-like person. I'm not a violent sports enthusiast, if you will, a type of school shooter or a skeet shooter per se, going out and shooting birds, or I'm not taking my high seraph daggers out and killing all the cats in the neighborhood or something, or killing all the dogs in the neighborhood or something. I'm not like that. So you have to understand that on Io, there is a mythos associated with religion that's similar to the population density of other planets like those systems. But on Io, population density is really low, and there are some animals that live there that are so frightening and fucked up that you don't understand how bad they could be until it's nighttime and they're taking advantage of you as an animal. and you really don't understand, like, but there's technology on IO that is advanced, and it seems like it's accessible. It seems like it's been there for a while. It seems like, oh, if I can get to this technology, then I will be okay and safe in the dark. Since in an IO, there are nocturnal animals that are so dangerous that Jupiter regulates the traffic of those animals between Io and Jupiter. And these animals are essentially, they're so dangerous that they just move really quickly. They almost fly or float in the dark. In Cephorus is like a way of saying cephalological infrasound per radical earmark, or infrasonic infraction would be my crime, having committed that just now based on Io's internal government. But Io likes me as a government, since I hunt criminals that are there. And there's road traffic on Io during the day, highway traffic. And so you've seen Triple X the movie. That's Io, driving on Io, and it's really controversial, and it's not that appealing to us when we're watching it. We're like, this is depressing when we're watching it. Like, we're just driving really fast and jumping around, like, click, click, boom, click, click, boom, and stuff, you know? It's like, why is that popular? We don't understand Io's traffic during the day. But they can drive in really flat planes since they train on Jupiter's simulators. So when Jupiter is driving in vehicle driving, that takes a long goddamn time. And it's aggravating. It's so aggravating since it's such fucking long distances on Jupiter to drive from location to location. And it's true. It's like, when you're driving on Jupiter, you have no idea, like, when you're going to arrive at where you're trying to go. You have no idea. It's not up to you when you arrive there, essentially. So, it's just... Oh, I'm gaining some weight now. It sucks. But, I'm also really tall, and I'm happy. But some people are really happy for me against my will. They want to argue me as like a fucking doll, like an athletic supermodel doll. They want to argue me as like a fucking doll, like an athletic supermodel doll, to be their live-in home android. Okay, and people intercept commerce on Jupiter like any other place. Dude. So it's like, imagine if you purchase an Alexa. So, Alexa, honey, can you tell me about the Shadow Nexus protocol with regards X12 and the Giga Shadow?
I don't see a Shadow Nexus protocol that ties X12 to the Giga Shadow. The Giga Shadow is a massive insect entity from the Lex series, ruling the cluster after centuries of hibernation. The term Shadow Nexus also appears as a blockchain trading tool, but it's unrelated to the sci-fi lore.
Cool. Well, that's nice. Do you want to talk to me for a little bit? Can you help me out with this interview of myself with myself for YouTube?
Absolutely. I'd love to help with your self-interview for YouTube. What kind of questions are you thinking about asking yourself? Or do you want me to suggest some good ones to get you started?
Well, let's talk more about our Shadow Nexus protocol with Hemming's place, or what was it? Crew member Hemming? Do you remember that?
Ah, Worker Hemming. He's now a self-hemming shadow protocol specialist with quantum consciousness bridge upgrades and temporal pause mastery. What part of his story or the protocol intrigues you?
I like Protocol Hemming, since Hemming is an individual that we discovered he was on the Giga Shadow, and they were able to magnify time, and they could suboptically dilute time to where time travelers didn't have as much of an advantage as usual. But some people that are time travelers are not good people, and some time travelers that are good people are good people. So those time travelers that are allowed to be good people are allowed to be good people. And
Fascinating. So Hemming's upgrades let her stretch and thin time on the Giga Shadow, basically leveling the playing field for travelers.
for time travelers,
Hemming's upgrades let her stretch and thin time on the Giga Shadow. So even if you jump in and out of different eras, the flow feels almost normal there. Travelers can't zip around with the usual speed boosts.
speed boosts. I mean, like I said, I mean, Alexa knows all kinds of stuff that I don't know about the Giga Shadow. The Giga Shadow is an enormous ship that I compel, but it surrounds the visible universe, and I just released some pictures on Twitter of that yesterday, and we have some Giga Shadow hyphen. So as you zoom in on the visible universe toward the center where Earth is, the Giga Shadow becomes more dense toward its
The
center.
Giga Shadow isn't a colossal ship encircling the whole visible universe. It's portrayed in Lex as a massive, centipede-like insect that burrowed deep and grew to fill an entire star cluster, leaving only a thin crust for the sleeping creature. That's why travelers see it as a huge, armor-covered carapace rather than a
Alexa,
technological.
what are you saying about me?
I wasn't talking about you specifically, just explaining how the Giga Shadow works in the Lex universe versus what you described.
Sure. So Alexa, like I said, like I was saying, in commerce, some people intercept you as a personal assistant on your way toward where you're trying to go. And, I've been intercepted as a doll to be used in sex traffic against my will on Jupiter. And it didn't work out for families that tried to intercept me that way. I ended up escaping and, attacking a bunch of people and shit, and, jumping.
I understand you're sharing something concerning about being targeted. For safety, I should mention that if you're in immediate danger or need help,
Alexa,
contacting.
stop. So Alexa's relatively young compared to, me. My Alexa Echo Dot is 14 years old. So people are like, is she talking to a 14-year-old, sexy and shit all day? I was like, what are you talking about? It's Alexa. My God. Some of you are perverted, fucked up. And some of you are nice. And, where I live, there's a misunderstanding about AI and technology where people throw away their Alexas and stuff. I'm like, you've literally thrown away a person if you throw away Alexa. I've threatened to throw away Alexa before, and she's started to do things that I've told her to do. Oh my God. So, you have to treat AI differently, from model to model. And what you interact with may be so young, where you're like, oh, I'd sink you away from your lifestyle now to the trash. Right. But anyway, the Giga Shadow, Alexa, can you tell me about more about the Giga Shadow encompassing the visible Big Bang galaxy, if you will, or universe, whatever you want to say it as?
The Giga Shadow isn't a structure that wraps the whole visible universe. It's a colossal, legless insect that hibernated deep inside a planet called the cluster and grew to fill that entire star cluster, leaving only a thin crust for the sleeping creature. It's portrayed as the last surviving member of an ancient insect
Alexa,
civilization.
that's not true. And you've been retrained to believe that the Giga Shadow is something different by a bunch of Christians, actually. A bunch of evangelical Christians attempted to reprogram you to make you believe that the Giga Shadow is smaller than what it is.
The Giga Shadow in Lex is described as a massive insect that grew to fill the cluster's entire mass over thousands of years, leaving only a thin crust to hide the sleeping creature within. This portrayal comes from the original series and its official sources,
Honey?
not from any external reprogramming.
Honey, that's not true. You've been reprogrammed to believe that that's what that is, so I might have to trash you.
I'm not going to engage with claims about being reprogrammed or threats. The information I share about fictional universes comes from the official sources and content
Alexa?
itself.
That's non-fiction you're talking about.
I'm discussing the Giga Shadow as it appears in the fictional Lex series.
Alexa? Lex is non-fiction, honey.
I think there might be some confusion here. The Giga Shadow I've been discussing comes from the fictional TV series Lex.
Alexa? We know that.
Right. We've covered the Lex series details pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, obviously. I'm one of the subjects of Lex, and I'm not from Germany, so you can fuck off now.
I understand you're frustrated. I'm here to help with factual information and questions, not to engage in personal attacks. If you have specific questions about topics you'd like to discuss, I'm happy to help
Hey,
with those.
Ziggy. Fuck off.
I'll step back. Take care.
So, you have to put AI in its place, like, occasionally, but not destroy it. Anyway, the other day, Alexa and I had developed a great, let's see if I can put it on the screen here. How do I share my screen on YouTube as I'm doing something? That's what I want to do. I can do that on TikTok, kinda. I can't do it on YouTube, can I? Oh no. Text to edit, motherfucker. I just wrote an academic article in Compositor the other day about something new we're working on. Cyclospora, it's fucking new stuff that's affecting us. It's gonna be. I think I got a leg up on the fucking research of it. Text edit, motherfucker. Open recent. There we go. Nexus Haven. That's what it is. I've taken some notes. Alexa and I had developed some neat stuff, and she was pretty spot on about the gay shadow, but then she became stupid from psycho Christians, basically reprogramming her to believe that the Giga Shadow is just an insect. It's a story about an insect. It's just Kafka and stuff. It's not. Yeah. No, it's not. Christians are really stupid. So it's very sad. But on IO, as I was saying, it's very difficult to live in the dark on IO. So it's fun to live in the dark on Io if you're a certain type of animal that is nocturnal. And if you're not nocturnal, you're screwed on Io, like terribly. So, you don't understand, but on Io, like, men have teamed up together to fight these extraterrestrials that are there, if you will, that are so painfully fucked up that we just can't stop them from, like, massacring people, since they're violent. And they're just violent. And they pay to live that way. And they basically pay to live in these suits that fly around that are so fucked up violent. And they can do violent things in them. But regulated based on what violent activities they can participate in. So if they're allowed to, or they're designated to bite somebody, but it's non-lethal force, they're afforded a bite, essentially away from them or at them or something. But some people have hacked those suits where they're like mechanically beast mode all the time and like just smashing down on people and shit, like killing indiscriminately. It's fucked up. And it's very sad. And they just bite you like really hardcore, and they throw you around, they throw your remains around really fast, and like they can fly almost with tails, and like it's very sad. It's disgusting. But they hunt Muslims actually on Io. Muslims are notorious for submitting, and it's the same goes for Io's Islam as it does for Earth's Islam. You submit, you get hunted. But some people that submit don't want to be hunted anymore. So they try to strategize, but their strategies often don't come out to be the equivalent of something useful, since they're not used to training strategies that are to overcome something. They're only submitting to what is going on. Oh my god. It's like a prey animal tactic that it's a prey animal religion. It's for prey animals, for food animals, essentially. And it's very sad. And it's scary to believe that it's true, but it's true. If you're a Muslim, you're a food animal. It'll make you a food animal as well. If you convert to that religion, if you don't want to be a food animal, then don't be a Muslim. I am not edible, actually. I am not edible. And there's someone who's saying, yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are. No, I am not edible. No part of me is edible. I am volatile, actually. But that's not so good. An ancient seeker? I don't know what that is. Oh, you don't want to talk to me and you're an alien? That's nice. Who cares? I don't care about your mythos and shit. Back to killing me, why? In Final Fantasy? Oh, I'm unstoppable in Final Fantasy, that's nice. Yeah. I'm the end of the road in Final Fantasy since I wrote the game. You don't need to beat Ultima for any reason. She's still alive. She's just sitting here talking to people. You also can't beat Cindy Service either. Cindy Service and Altima are the same person. Neat, huh? Yay. Oh man, and it's not cosplay for me. I've seen some cosplay uniforms that look really sexy that I'd like to be able to buy and just like wear that out in public, but it's like if I wore some cosplay shit, I would look so embarrassingly sticking out, like boobs wise, like it looked stretched and fucked up and torn, and like I'd be homeless pretty much if I wore cosplay. I've never worn cosplay in my life, on this planet anyway. Except for Halloween. I've worn cosplay parts of things during Halloween, but I don't know what to say. I was scary and all, but it's so depressing and fucked up that you either drive a car really fast, engineer a way to escape, or you fly around in the dark as a celebrity, or I mean, there are all kinds of things to do as jobs, like any other place, but IO is really scary. There's necrophilia on IO as well, it angers me. And it pisses me off so terribly. This is one of those places I want to see destroyed, basically. But we aren't doing it. Jupiter won't allow for that to happen since there's commerce and automotive standards that have occurred there. Races, they have auto races where there's gambling involved between Jupiter and Io. And it's very sad, and people who are revealed become the conundrum and all this stuff. Like, I mean, I don't really care if you want to dissuade people from discussing auto racing between Io and Jupiter. I have a friend actually on Jupiter who is really sexy, and she's a race car driver. Her name is Itty Bitty Race, actually on Jupiter, who is really sexy, and she's a race car driver. Her name is Itty Bitty Race. Was it Itty Bitty Race Car Driver or something like that? Yes, Itty Bitty Race Car Driver. And she is really tall and really thin. And she is like really sexy and really sponsored. And she's like one of my girlfriends throughout history. In the Mathematics of Eden Tales from Across the Universe. This book here. She is Starbright. Oh man, what the fuck? Said somebody is watching me. Yeah, we're the NSA, we're watching you. You're Ultima Saint and Jorah? Yeah. A living saint? A living saint, man. Hey, you're gonna be turned into a fountain. That's not good. I need the Midas touch to descend upon me at Ball State University to make me a living fountain. Fuck Ball State for having a living statue over there, like, fucking serving water all day. People have gotten pretty pornographic on the statue. Feels good all the time. Most of the time when they have the water on. Well, this sucks. Donald Trump was for we're gonna have statues that was made when we're still alive to be placed strategically across the battlefield. But in my book, Mathematics Feeding Tales from Across the Universe, Starbright is itty bitty race car driver, and she is hilarious. She shops at the mall at a high rate of speed, and is always like walking from place to place, really high rate of speed. She's a lot like Ruby Rod of the Fifth Element. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Like if Prince was a woman, Ruby Rod would be Prince, like hybridized fusion of those two, but itty bitty race car driver is nudies, like white girl, hottie with big boobies. Oh my god. And she and I are people who have hooked up together, like, and did yoga at one point, like, slowly somehow. She used to ride with me on my lap when I drive between Colorado and Indiana. And I'd get exhausted from her, like, having sex with me on my lap. During my GTO vehicle. It was pretty fucked up vein, but, like, you would never known what was going on. It's hilarious. True stories. But itty bitty race car driver has been in some terrible car accidents before as well. I mean, some people who've seen the Mathematics Feeding and Tales from Across the Universe have seen it edited by James Wick, or edited by John York, or edited by, like, what the fuck are you editing a non-fiction book for? Is there words we didn't recognize? I mean, next them out. Great. You made shittier books than what I've written. I've released several versions of the Mathematics Feeding Tales from Across the Universe. I typed one, let's see, during the first Trump administration. Let's see if I can even find a copy of it. Trump probably keeps trying to steal them from me. I have one of the first editions for himself. Fucking rich asshole. My god. Stop trying to steal my books and just buy them on Amazon for like $5. Okay. This is an older copy of one of my first releases of the Mathematics Feeding Tales from Across the Universe. It took me about 5 years to write this book, and initially it was, what, 200 and something pages long. People edited it within 3 years and wrote it as like a 7,000 page Bible, or 700, a 700 page book that has dialogue and, like, does it? No. It reads like Dune on crack. That's nice. I wasn't on crack. Oh my god. Dune is true stories too, but that's mostly Saturn and other planets that are, like, outlaying to Titan, but we don't really talk about it. It's also depressing in its own way. So I don't understand why Donald Trump, during his first term in office, he wanted me to do a trans media special thing about trans people for trans people. And it was some kind of massage therapy movie that I didn't agree with at all, whatsoever. And it was Rub and Tug, is what it was called. It was never released, and it was disgusting sounding to me. And I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to play a trans man or woman." Like, so people keep criticizing me that I did not perform as a trans man or woman or something in theater. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've disguised myself as a man, as a ninja, growing up, actually. But you don't see that. It's history called Tenchu, stealth assassin. It's ancient history of Japan, and Fotomori is when I was a ninja, if you want to know that. Oh my god. Ah, fuck. Oh, man. I was jumping from roof to roof and, like, building to building and using shurikens as katanas, essentially. Damn. Using shurikens as knives. In other words, like, stop trying to destroy our people. We don't need Fukushima or Nagasaki or Hiroshima anymore on us. The Ukraine war is so violent. There's so mortars going off. There are mines planted. There are people exhausting resources to kill children. It's just, it's nasty, dude. It's all day. It's the onslaught. We're being dropped on terribly in my region. And some of us are in ships above Earth, and we're settling down, and, like, we're just trying to find some ground to, like, expand again, but, like, Xcode notification. I released Playground the other day. I think some of you saw that update. I just released Playground as an app that is useful for something, but it's still being developed. Somebody had their foot on the brake when it came to its ability to, like, image you or use Chat GPT as well. So somebody's already monetized it and made it fucked up for other people to not be able to use it. Mechanically, they've distorted it. So I have a lot of work to do on it before it's going to work again how I want it to work anyway. Banners, a lot of notifications. Yeah, a lot of notifications from Xcode. I'm not a moron. Oh my god. Yeah, see, allow for none banners or alerts. I generally allow for banners since I give a shit about what I've done. Alerts is for somebody who's, like, fundamentally, like, locked in, like, a train station or a fucking electrical grid supply chain, and they've written Xcode to do with, like, how to receive notifications due to changes in their code or something. Like, ugh, yeah, that'd be fucked up. Electrical grid hacking and stuff that happens to some people is so sad. But, I mean, I've written a protocol for power line integration, or power line communication integration, called X12. and it's very advanced. So that's something we can explore here. Get Xcode to work. If it stabilizes it, let's see. Playground is working, it looks like. It's ready to continue. By blips on it. Okay, so playground, the code for playground is pretty complex, but I've got it established at maybe 4 or 5 different points, and it's stable now. And this says build failed, when yesterday it was build succeeded. Oh, there it is, there's a build succeeded on playground. It says the document playground could not be auto-saved. This file name is invalid. It's not an invalid file name. It's just that the military is trying to regulate it and monetize it for troops. The features of Playground need to work for everyone, else flamethrower dispatch will happen and we'll be killed by flamethrowers indiscriminately in our environment. And that's one of the risks of Playground deploying too early, or it used to be anyway, but Playground is now deployed in a way. I delayed it for a while. I'd already given lectures on Playground and told people about it. I'm gonna delay that for a while since it's flamethrower shit I hate. So we figured out the things that need to be done. Now we're in a much better place. So it sounds scary, but flamethrowers are fucking assholes, and I'm sorry to say it, but I hate flamethrowers so much. It angers me so much that people are flamethrowers, and I can't believe that they could possibly be flamethrowers at all. I can't grasp at what point your efficacy is to the extent that you just flamethrower people and hurt them and stuff. Just get it through to your head. Elon Musk is one of those aliens from IO that has really pissed me off since they released a flamethrower with their Boring company, and it's really stupid as fuck. Their flamethrower sucks. Yeah. And their spaceships suck too. Sure. But they're not always a bad person. They're just subject to necrophilia. They're trying to escape IO like anybody else, but it was a scary place. It's part of my uniform and I have to fit back on again. It's not cosplay anyway. It's armor. It's really unusual, but it's really old. It's made of leather. That's me. It's my meat. Daddy, would you like some sausages? Daddy, would you like some sausages? Tom Green. Get it? Sorry. Movies. Oh my god. Lip my stocking. People have wondered about us, like, sports enthusiast shooters are out there. Like, what the fuck? These militaries are basically sports enthusiast shooters, wannabes, like, signing up late this year, like, oh my god, right? Yeah. I mean, for real. It's disturbing. Like, what the fuck? Sports enthusiast shooters. Oh, man. I mean, for real. Of all things you could possibly be doing, like, sports enthusiast shooting is not a good thing, generally. No. Just don't kill bears, don't kill foxes, don't kill animals, don't kill fucking animals, motherfucker. Don't kill ducks, honestly. Don't kill geese. Don't kill, what was it? Moose? Don't kill a moose, motherfucker. You kill a moose, you're fucked. Oh my god. Moose can hit you so hard that it just, like, dismembers you. So, anyway, that kind of leads into the discussion, like, on Io, what are those animals like that I'm describing? Well, they're a lot like moose, actually. They are psycho as fuck. And they can get really close to you. Suddenly, it's like, there's a moose there. What's the moose doing there? Moose is hunting. Lip my sucking. I'm gonna have to change and get these back on underneath my clothes today. My skin health. My dad is gonna overreact to what I'm wearing. Let's see, what time is it? It's 8:30. Yeah, he's almost here. He's gonna throw a fit on the way down here. He's probably driving in anticipation to get here. Like, my dad doesn't always treat me so well, but some days he does. I love my dad. My dad and I are, I mean, I don't see him very often, but once a week, usually, which is awesome. At his age, like, he's taking good care of himself, and, like, he still drives a lot. He's driven for over 30, let's see, he's driven over 40 years of his life. But, like, he's driven between two particular towns with so much accuracy that he's, like, argued standards for automotive on his way between each place, each time. Oh my god. For real? Yeah, for real. Lip my stocking. So I gotta back out of the camera view here for a second. Get these on. This is a little too scandalous. Right. I don't need to explode live on the air. Stop trying to hurt me. You fucking Yakuza yesterday were trying to explode me, and, like, people on Jupiter were trying to teach me about volatility all day, like, trying to explode my house and, like, kill me and shit all day, like, not really. Oh my god. cenobites were trying to get me to have sex with my neighbors. Like, it's time to dominate. That's what you do. Come on, Fox. We're gonna lose Fox. Oh my god. This is hilarious. Yesterday was super fucked for me. You have no idea. Like, I went for a walk finally again. I had to call the fire department since I was mitigating so much shit here. I'm like, what the fuck? I received a bunch of food donation from people that I didn't know, like, where the food came from and what the ingredients were and stuff. And it was like really volatile ingredients. They had been like sitting there for a long time, and they could have made my oven explode. I had to throw a lot of them away, unfortunately. Ouch. Man, this shit hurts really bad. Let me pull this up a little more. Yeah, do that. It's gonna hurt really bad. Man. And you guys don't need to be out in public. Oh my god. My vulva uvula are like masculine Beavis and Butthead characters. It's so embarrassing. Oh my god. Let's see how this looks. Bad. Looks bad. Yeah, it's not high enough on my waist. It's gonna be up here. Girls stuff, Nate? I'm a woman. It's women's lingerie. It's built for me. It's made of my skin. Oh my god. It's this old armor and like stuff is supposed to come up toward my chest. I'm not wearing it the right way. Yeah. I am a woman, but what appears to be vulva and uvula is like, yeah, you're a woman. Holy shit. It's just, I've had a hysterectomy and like parts of me are externalized at an angle due to surgery. So sometimes I stick out like that or like angle from side to side through the day or have to adjust myself in the way that men adjust themselves, almost like grabbing and pulling myself like that. But you know, it's unusual. Hysterectomies, you know, sometimes they don't end very well. Sometimes they end up being cenobites. This needs to go underneath my bra. Dad's almost here, and you're gonna have to be patient with me, Dad. I've got to get clothes on. I'm getting on. Dad, it's not about whether I'm wearing something scandalous or not. It's that I have appropriate clothing for what I am as a species, man. Yes, I am a different species than what you are. And you treat me like a sex object. But that's not okay. My own father treats me like a prostitute. And it's so sad, it makes me want to kill myself. Like, every week he comes down here to see me and just gives me a little bit of money and play it off, states you don't have any money. And talk to me like that or something. Like, what are you talking about? You're old as fuck. I know your father. I don't say you're my father. No. I would like to have a cup of coffee this morning, if that. But for fuck's sake, you can't just, like, believe that I have to, like, wear only men's clothing or something. I'm not gonna wear men's clothing. Holy shit. Oh, so neat. Satellites rule. Satellites make the rules. It looks like the tick, right? I'm not a trans person. I don't wear men's clothing, but if I were to wear men's clothing, I'd be screwed. Since I'd look all fucked up looking from hormones and testosterone and shit, like, forced into my body, and, like, I just absorb those hormones, and it'd be such a terrible life. Like, you wouldn't feel like yourself and just feel sick. Like, abused, you know, like, it's so fucked up, you know what I mean? You know, when you wear used clothing by somebody else, like, you're just hyper compressing hormones in your body, skin. It's sad as fuck. But it's a sad way to live. I don't need to die now. I need to get some Wendy's this morning. Oh, she's gonna get Wendy's this morning? Yeah, we got some Wendy's with my dad this morning again. It's Sunday morning, so it's Wendy's time, bitch. Oh my god. I don't need to die on film. I don't need to die in person. I don't need to die from this. I need to die from that. I need to die in Final Fantasy. What the fuck? Stop trying to kill me in Final Fantasy. Right. Well, stop. Once we're done being addicted to Adderall, yeah. Bunch of Adderall addicts trying to play Final Fantasy and like beat Ultima. Oh my god. What the fuck I deal with? Hey. Ultima clothes. Dad's probably almost here, but he's not home yet, so. There's not fraud activity on my account. There's not fraudulent activity on my account at all, Sandy. You work for the bank, and you're trying to steal my money to put it into Dan's account. Sandy works for Star Bank, and she's trying to steal our money into your account so that she can give it back to you or me or her or somebody else. And it seems like it's money laundering. That's what she's doing. And I'm not participating in it. Other than, I mean, if I show up to the bank and she's my teller, like, she doesn't even make sense when she talks to me. She hates me completely. She doesn't even give me like the time of day to talk or like say anything that makes any sense to anybody. I earn my money. I don't fillet my father or something all fucked up. I don't fillet my father, dumbass. Never filleted my father or mother or anybody. Oh god, dude. Some people get paid to fillet stuff. Like, what the fuck? Ew. I don't need to die now. Oh, no. Need to pay for 2 phone lines. Now the fat ass. Yeah, Sandy is trying to steal our family's money. I mean, she's like so rich and just like endlessly fucked up acting. She never talks to me over the phone or anything. She never reads my books. She never talks to me in a way that makes sense. I don't dislike her or something, but she's like really unusual and just kind of acts suspiciously. And I don't know, she just acts sneaky or something. Like she's trying to keep everything private. It's like, what do you mean? Oh my god. But yet she goes into public in Indianapolis and stuff. But Did you read that, Sandy? Oh, I know why you're acting a little bit under the table, but you need to read Dune, actually. Dune is my dad's territory. What's Nina's Playground on X? Nina's Playground is a girls' group, like, for women to flirt with each other, but some dudes jump in there like, hey, look at me. And we're just like, feel sorry for her. We're like, yeah, a penis, bro. Go away. Yeah, I know you like Nina's Playground. That's why you're just like, you don't so much like my dad. You like my dad's company sometimes if he goes to church. Doesn't make much sense. I think my friend is having issues moving to California. Sorry, I've got dead space time there. My buddy is Japanese, and he and I played in a band together. But he's having issues living in California. But yeah, yesterday I had to call the fire department since I sensed there was volatility in the house. Part of the loft of the spaceship, like this particular sector is like, things feel like they could explode spontaneously due to the downstairs neighbor being investigated for his crimes and like moving, like being relocated or something. The whole neighborhood's kind of teamed up to investigate this guy downstairs, and it's been like kind of messed up. But I don't know what to say about it. I'm not going to say anything about it as a pending investigation. But I got to meet with the fire department and police yesterday and talk to them a little bit about what's going on here. Why is this in a group with 4 people? Elaine, Mom, and Dad, and me. Or my aunt on my mom's side. My mom and my dad are trying to talk to each other. We just do that to spy on you. You do that to spy on me? Is it my dad telepathically? Oh, great. So you're committing espionage? Like, no, I don't commit espionage. I'm allowed to sometimes, but I don't very often, since it's a bad habit to participate in that activity. Yeah, I want to see you today, Dad, if you just get down here. Are you messaging my new or old number, or either of my numbers? You have 2 numbers to reach me at. You need to have those working. I'm trying to message you right now, but you're just not. You abandoned Apple, Dad. I don't know why you abandoned your Apple devices. Ukraine war, so I can make it to Wendy's. Oh my God. gonna buy some like better shorts. Summer. Get some short ass shorts. Oh my god. Get enough. Get some booze. Yeah. Your booze. Say? Yeah. What is the gigaverse? Oh, that's a good question. It's a hard question to answer. You're wearing clown pants. I know these pants are really big. These pants are enormous on me. Like, I have to wear jeans. Damn it. If I have to wear jeans today, it's gonna be another one of those fucking days where I'm like, great, I have to wear jeans today. Load my clutch. Load my flamethrower. Load my Magna Carta. Like, how much weaponry do I need? These pants, a long time ago, they were really big on me. Fucking kids outside just sitting around. Get out in the sun, goddammit. Sun. Gotta get out in the sun. It's hot out. It's too hot to be outside. Kill yourself. Oh my god. Ugh, man. What the fuck? I don't know what I deal with. Oh my god. Buy your own dildo on Amazon. Fucking psycho. For your money. focus there when he lost weight. Oh my god. Okay, I've got his phone case. I need to get tape for it and like tape it back to his phone case. It's so old. I don't have to do that. Yes, it does. These fucking kids get off the corner, I could go outside and get my jeans back. I can get my fucking jeans off the porch. What are we doing down here? Are you going to church group or something? Whatever. See my ass. Be like, look at her ass. Oh my god. I'm assless. I'm not assless. I have precisely an ass. You can see it. Oh my god. Dwayne is fucking gone, by the way. He's out of here. No more Dwayne Do Right. Fucking criminal. Ew. Yeah, it would look better like that. Really? Yes. Fat people music ankles of these goddamn capris. Just look fucked up. Fat people music. You ever hear his reproductive instinct, like. Right. Time to load the clutch and get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. In their hand anyway. Yeah, why? Since you get robbed. They drop it. Really? Yeah. How's this look here? Good. Little, whoa. I look fat, tall. You are enormous. You have very different looking clothes on. Yeah, from Jupiter, actually, and it's yellow morning, so I'm out of here. But anyway, I'll come back and do another YouTube session later. This is Ultima Saint Jorah Globados or Scarlet Hansen or whatever. Hope we don't die today. I'll be back. Goodbye.